Virgo, well, let's now lay out some more cards, 6 more cards to see what's happening in romance, relationships, and love for you during the month, potentially. Okay, the Strength card, followed by the Four of Swords, the Lovers, Five of Swords, Three of Cups, and the Eight of Wands. Okay, starting off with the Strength card here. I love that this is coming up here because the Strength card in conjunction with this beautiful Lovers card, the Queen of Cups, the Knight of Cups, this is this relationship here. And interesting that the Lovers card sits right in between the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups. This month there'll be some sort of validation, and you will see how strong your relationship can be. And I think there's a reason why you've held on to this, Virgo. I absolutely do. For some of you, it's with a Leo. Now, you're supposed to be with this person. There's a natural affinity to them. You're a kindred soul to this person. I do think that you will receive some sort of validation through the strength of your relationship. The action that someone will take around you, a lover, an ex, a spouse, the action that someone will take will strengthen your relationship in ways you never thought possible here, and it will truly validate to you this month, Virgo, that this person has come into your life for a reason, that God, the universe, the angels, spirit, law of attraction has given you this person for a reason. You've attracted them. There's lessons to learn with them. They can offer you a deeply embedded love. And you know, there's 2 churches here. What looks like the 3 of Pentacles, the 4 of Swords. Some of you are currently in a relationship or will meet someone new that you're actually going to be engaged or married to or fiancé to, because there's a wonderful commitment ahead for the 2 of you. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is the person. You'll receive some sort of validation sometime this month that this is the person you're supposed to be with. I did mention withdrawal and possibly taking time apart, possibly obstacles in communication for some of you with the 4 of Swords in conjunction with the 7 of Swords. I do think there's a bit of communication, things you need to work through. Now, this is the working through I mentioned in the title. And the messages that I extracted from the general reading. You're both wanting to work through this. So this is both of you in your head, you know, analyzing. And this is typical Virgo, this card to me, because you rival air signs in terms of your analytical ability here, Virgo. And to see this come up with the 4 of Wands, the 4 of Swords, this person is analyzing and assessing this relationship as much as you. And what does that show? That shows that they're thinking about it. That shows that they're giving their attention to the relationship, that they're thinking about ways they could strengthen the relationship. They're thinking about ways they could pick up the pieces of communication, pick up where you left off and create harmony. You know, the 3 of Cups, the 3 of Pentacles, create that compromise and sacrifice and bring this relationship to a harmonious ending here and an harmonious reconciliation of some kind. So I like this. This is indicating of the effort here. That this person is willing to go through. For some of you that are single and have been just concentrating on yourself, strengthening your own abilities, self-love, etc., you know, you've been in a single slumber, so to speak. You're about to get hit with a soulmate here in a really big way. It's just going to be like you know, it's just going to be so intense. It's a face-to-face meeting. You're going to be absolutely blown away. You're going to wake up from this slumber. There's going to be a lot of flirtation. There's going to be a lot of sex. There's going to be a lot of chemistry between the 2 of you. There's a lot of compatibility. It could absolutely be with a Gemini. You have a Leo here as well. And for some of you, you're mirroring each other in a lot of ways. This is a soulmate or twin flame that's being brought to you here by a higher power. I'm so happy for you, Virgo, because for some of you, you've been concentrating on career, or you've been withdrawing from attending social events, from giving your time, your energy, from even believing in anything similar, anything remotely equal to the Holy Grail, but it's about to come to you. I'm so excited, Virgo. You'll definitely have to let me know how this goes because the lovers are here. Love is on the forefront. It's definitely a central theme for you. Now, the 5 of Swords really goes back to this 4 of Swords. What's interesting is that you're going from the 4 to the 5 to the 7. So there's definitely lots of, I feel like communication this month in regards to a loved one is going to be almost like a roller coaster. But I do think that some of you that may have some sort of confrontation or a fight or someone walks away from a conversation, you're going to pick it back up again and you're going to work through it. You know, the 5 here is sitting on top of the 3. Eventually you're going to work through it, through compromise, through adjustments. You know, some of the things you'll say may be harsh, they may be upsetting, Virgo, or something that this person has to say to you or express to you may be harsh or confronting or emotionally draining. But you need to hear it, because the only way you're going to strengthen this relationship is by having those uncomfortable conversations here, that someone is taking advantage, that someone is giving priority to someone else, that you feel like someone is tiptoeing around you, that you feel someone is withdrawing. Whatever it is that's happening for you, Virgo, this is going to be vocalized, and the two of you will come together. The Lovers card, they're nude, they're completely revealing themselves. There's no filter, there's nothing to hide behind. Everything will be exposed is what I'm seeing here. In particular, if your lover has been interested in someone else, or you've been interested in someone else as well. Because the 3 is here. The 3 sits near the 7. So third party situation, another love interest, another work priority, something else that comes into the picture here. I like what this three of Cups is. Sorry, I'm not sure if I said Swords. The 3 of Cups is harmony. It's relief. It's toast. It's finally being able to celebrate something. So I see you're going, this is more, this energy here is more celebrating the steps you'll take, the words you'll say to each other, the communication you'll express. It's all going to strengthen this relationship. You know, you're climbing the astral plane here. So this relationship is getting more complicated, more fueled, more emotionally fueled, more enlightened. And I feel like this is the aftermath. This is what you're going to be going through this month, but this is really the aftermath, and you'll be celebrating, especially with the 8 of Wands. Signs, symbols, synchronicities, the arrows of love, everything falling into place, everything aligning here in a structured, orderly manner. You know, sometimes you get the short end of the stick, sometimes the long, but ultimately the two of you are coming in together very nicely here. Lots of communication though, especially those that are meeting someone new. I feel like if you are meeting someone new, you're meeting their friends very soon, or their family. You're being introduced to their world very, very quickly is what I'm seeing here, Virgo. But look, I will leave it at that. Let's move on and have a look at your career and creative pursuits. Business, let's see how this will be affected for you. The World, very nice. The World card shows expansion. People knowing your name, your work, your business being launched, being emitted out there to the world. This is very powerful. It sits next to the Ace of Pentacles, so I feel like you've got money-making opportunities through the internet, through the world, or through creative pursuits or publications here. Again, negotiation is going to take place. So for some of you that need finance or capital, I see that you may be asking for some. Be careful though, you know, this could be a credit report or something that you have against your name that may impact your score, your financial score, or your eligibility for a loan, for cash flow or capital or some regard here for some of you. The World does point to global expansion though, so for some of you it's getting a new job. There's new opportunities here coming up, new opportunities to learn, to get a degree, to educate yourself further, new opportunities to work with businesses that are well known around the world, or that are telecommunications based through lines of internet, medium, or have very many online branches or different branches around the world, different headquarters around the world. It could involve the travel industry. It could also involve an opportunity that is based abroad. So that's very exciting, Virgo. It's brand new. I see that the pay will be quite nice here. You've got the Ace of Pentacles. I do see that you will incur some expenses, so like business expenses for some of you during this month, but the Ace of Pentacles is very much a gifted opportunity, or you receiving some sort of accreditation here. But I do see a new opportunity looming for a lot of you. For some of you, it might be something you're resistant to start. I'm not sure why. I do believe this is connected with a Leo or a fire sign. There's a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, or someone that you're going to be resistant to. Or they're resistant, but eventually they'll open up to your ideas. Eventually they'll want to hear you out through a presentation or through a pitching of some kind. So initially they may be closed off and withdrawn, a little bit not as open, but then the Queen of Wands shows this person is going to be more receptive than previously. So this is good. This is a vast improvement coming in from this boss, if it is, because it's a leadership role coming up with the Queen of Wands. Some of you that are entering a leadership roles, I can see will be received with a little bit of grief. I feel like, I'm not sure if this is envy or jealousy or superstition or paranoia. There's a black cat here, and I feel like with the Queen of Wands and the Seven of Wands, also with the Nine of Wands actually, there's someone that may be a little bit jealous or envious of your success, or they're trying to tread lightly. But there's definitely this element of someone treading lightly around you, or you treading lightly around them, Virgo. Maybe it's a new job and you're trying to just be very pragmatic, be very friendly, be very open-minded, and not show your discomforts or your griefs just yet. But I do feel with these cards here in particular, these cards in the middle, it can point to some sort of resistance, or you feeling like you need to be, you don't have as much support as you would like, is what I'm seeing here, because you're on your own here and you've got these wands against you. So for some of you, I feel like it's either envy of your success, or maybe you're not being acknowledged enough. Maybe there's too much one-sidedness going on. Maybe this is favoritism with the Six of Pentacles, and as a result, someone is resistant to this sort of behavior around your career during this time. But the Queen of Wands is spiritual, is an opening, is receptive behavior. It's someone being quite open-minded or nurturing. Someone may want to nurture you, or you may find someone you can vent to or confide in, actually. And it could be this Leo here. It doesn't necessarily have to be a boss or a woman or someone that is under the sign of a Leo, but I do think this is someone that can provide you some sort of solace or advice here, Virgo, into your situation, into what's happening at work. Or this is potentially someone you may be traveling with if it is a job opportunity. But there is ego with the Queen of Wands, so just be careful, because she can be ego. She can be driven by her ego oftentimes, whether she's aware of it or not. So just putting that out there for you, Virgo. But look, the Six of Cups is this learning. Children do symbolize development. Something is also in the early stages, so I do believe there's a lot of growth or learning, training, or inductions that will take place for a lot of you. Maybe because you're adding a new online software or database to the workspace. Maybe new online systems that need to be learned. Maybe it's an online course that you're doing to gain more money in finance or in your careers. But this is absolutely learning and development as well. It's also the notion of a past. So for some of you, you may seek employment from your past. Past business, past employer, or actually revive a past business here. Again, the notion of asking for money is coming up. So I think it's to fund some sort of dream or goal or business or an idea. And it's in the early stages. It could be a collaboration. I do see some sort of business collaboration coming up. There's two children here. They're giving each other something. They're receptive. They're opening up. They're bonding over something here. So I do feel if this isn't a friendship, if this isn't a professional relationship that's developing into a friendship, the Queen of Cups with the Knight of Cups and the two children here definitely symbolize there's a union, possibly even with 3 people, up to 3 investors, up to 3 people, or another third person will come in eventually and invest more money or resources into this venture. But I do believe this is coming up. And it may be someone from the past, someone you grew up with, someone you previously worked with, someone you went to college with, someone you went to university with, or it's someone that might be a parent and have a family as well. But the Nine of Wands, I feel like, is looking to this, is a little bit capricious or unsure about this union, or unsure about a new something being in its early stages here. So I feel like you're resistant to change here. I do. Whether it's a new opportunity that's coming your way, Virgo, or you're resistant to the changes someone wants to make, whether it's a boss or resistant to some sort of collaboration here. This could also be a fire sign again. Ego is involved for some. And this could be that this fire sign is looking to your union with someone else and is feeling, like they need to tiptoe around the two of you. Maybe trying to gain insight into what you're working on or something like this. But for the most part, I do feel like this is a very beautiful union. I do. I feel like this is something that can be very profitable. It's still in its early stages, but there's promise of longevity with this union here or collaboration. So look, I will leave it at that, Virgo. I hope this reading has been insightful. Thank you so much for watching.